everyone, my name is Tonya and I'm so excited because the purpose of this week's video is to make sure that you are prepared. This major hurricane was headed to our area and we were forced to get ready for impact this week. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that I learned about emergency preparedness that I did not know before. I'm also going to share with you how to get this free emergency checklist that also includes medical information for people in your family with medical needs. And I'm also going to share with you what I put in our emergency backpack. This is a bag that you can grab with essentials in it in case you have to vacate your home quickly. And we're going to get started right now. Are you new to Tonya Plans? Welcome. I'm all about planning. If you're watching from Facebook, please hit the like button and visit my Facebook page and like it as well. Or if you're watching from YouTube, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Or are you on Instagram? Please follow me at Tonya_plans. Tip number 1, did you know that you can notify the electrical company if you have someone in your home that's relying on electricity for medical needs? In my case, my husband has end-stage renal disease and he actually takes dialysis in our home. And so it's very important for electricity to be on. So you can actually contact your electrical company and let them know that someone in your household relies on electricity, and they will put a flag on your account, and when in the event that electricity goes out, they're at least aware that someone there has a medical need and will try hopefully to restore it as quickly as possible. Tip number 2 is know your evacuation zone. I didn't know prior to this hurricane threat that there's a website you can go on, you can enter your address, and it will tell you, depending on your location, what evacuation zone you're in. This is important because depending on your evacuation zone, some areas are more likely to evacuate than others, and that way, if you know you're more likely to evacuate, you can be prepared in advance. Here I'm showing the evacuation website for my state. For your state, you should be able to do a Google search to get the information that's pertinent to you. Tip number 3, did you know that you could get free medical alert jewelry? This could be helpful in emergency situations. It can help someone get faster, more effective treatment. I have the links to some companies that will give free medical jewelry on my website, located in the description. You can get this emergency checklist from my website, TonyaPlans.com/emergency planning. I compiled it from other checklists I saw online and added extra items because my family has medical needs. I'm sure you know I'm not a doctor or an expert, and this checklist should be used with that in mind. I printed the checklist and included it in my planner binder. I find that a planner is a great way to organize and store basic medical information and will be very helpful in an emergency situation. If you want more information about the planner and the inserts I use, the information can be found on my website. Another tip to keep in mind is if there is an emergency and the electricity is out and the cell phone, if you can't use your cell phone, a planner is a great way to store your loved ones' phone numbers. In this day and time, a lot of people do not memorize phone numbers. They just assume that they can always get the phone numbers from their phone. But what if your phone doesn't work? A planner is a great place to put contact information to your friends and loved ones. Now I'm going to show you some of the items that I'm putting in my emergency backpack. Now to buy an emergency backpack, it can cost anywhere from $50 to $200 if you want to buy one already packaged. I wanted to save some money, so what I'm going to do is show you how I made my own emergency backpack with the items that I have around the house. Now at the time of this video, Hurricane Florence was headed straight to Virginia, which is where I live, but by the grace of God, it actually bypassed us and unfortunately hit our neighboring states, which is North Carolina and South Carolina, and our hearts go out to them. Now this is just my daughter's old backpack. It has sequins on it, but you can use any bag that you have around the house. You just want a place to put emergency items that you can grab quickly in case you have to vacate your home quickly. So some of the items that I'm going to put in my emergency backpack, I'm just going to show these to you. I'm not going to actually stuff the backpack right now. But this is an emergency ready weather radio with a crank. So with a crank, that means if you don't have batteries, you can actually take this and crank it. And I believe this right here is a solar panel, and it also has that emergency signal or something like that, where it notifies you if it's able to detect inclement weather in your area. So this is just a small emergency radio, and it also comes with a place where you can plug in your cell phone and a USB cord, etc., and also a light on this side. And I'll put the link to this below if you're interested in getting any weather radio such as that. I also I'm going to have in my emergency backpack, these are dust masks, and I got these from the Dollar Tree, and they were $1. Some of them have 10 in the pack, some of them have 5 in the pack, but in case there's a problem with breathing, like if you're in a place where it's apt to wildfires, dust masks are really, really important. Next I want to show you is my supplies of extra batteries. I have all different types of sizes, and again, I just got these from the dollar store and other discount places, and I tried to get each size so I would have extra batteries on hand for whatever reason, mostly for flashlights. So speaking of flashlights, let me show you my flashlight. Now, with flashlights, I'm kind of funny about. This is a tactical flashlight, and I'll put the link below on this. But this one shines very, very brightly. Some flashlights do not shine as brightly. And this one, like, you can turn it and the circle gets larger and smaller. And then if you hit it, this goes in and out. It's like a very, very nice flashlight. And I think it's very durable. So this came, I believe, in a package of 3, and like I said, I'll put the link below if you're interested, but I like it a lot. It really gets bright. Not all flashlights get bright like that. And here is a small first aid kit with some essentials in there in case they're needed in an emergency situation. Then I also have here a can opener. Can openers, I heard, are hard to find in emergency situations. If you have to open a can of food or something, at least you'll have a way to do that. This here is a whistle, and this is actually an old whistle my daughter had in her room from when she played volleyball. But a whistle can be helpful if somebody is just out of breath and really fatigued and tired in an emergency situation. At least they can blow a whistle. The next item I want to show you is I have like a utility knife here. It's just an old utility knife that was around the house, but this might be a great way to actually cut something if we have to cut or do something with this. And I also I got this from the Dollar Tree too. This is another, this is just a little cheap utility knife, and it has a nail file on it, bottle opener, scissors, a knife blade, etc. But a nice utility knife is helpful in emergency situations in case you have to do something with that. And also a pair of pliers. I don't have that to show you right now, but they say a pair of pliers would be great if you have to turn off some utility lines or pipes or something like that. A wrench or a pair of pliers is very, very important. This, sometimes they recommend you get a box of matches, and that you can, try to keep dry. You can put them in like a plastic Ziploc bag so they don't get wet. So if you need to create a fire, you can. I got this from the dollar store, and it's just an electric lighter. Not electric, but it's just a lighter here, so you can make fire quickly if you have to. And that is pretty much it as far as showing you what I'm putting in my emergency backpack. And of course, in emergency situations, you need to make sure you have enough water. I believe the recommended guidelines is that you have 3 gallons of water for each person for at least 3 days. And also, of course, you need food that's not perishable, that won't go bad very quickly. Some things that come to mind are canned goods like tuna fish. Now, if you're like me, you have a person in your family with medical needs or with diabetes, or like with my husband, he doesn't have diabetes, but he does have end-stage renal disease, where he would have to, if in an emergency situation where he cannot dialyze, he would have to go on a special diet that's created for him not to have as much toxins in his body. He can eat certain foods so he wouldn't have to dialyze as much, even though he still needs to dialyze. So if you have someone in your family with those type of needs, you want to go on the authoritative website or ask your doctor about what is the special emergency medical diet for them, to be able to prolong things until help comes or arrives. So I hope you found this video helpful. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. And thank you so much for watching.